In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can migrate to Malta as a registered nurse or midwife. And I'll break down the full process, the documents you need, and the best places to find real job opportunities. You know, a lot of people don't realize this, but getting registered in Malta opens big doors for you. Once you become a licensed nurse or midwife, you can move on to work in any European country and even in the UK without doing another English test. And that alone is a big advantage for you. If you're new here, I'm your Brani. On this channel, I share genuine information about studying abroad, traveling, scholarship, work opportunities, and how to grow your career overseas. So before we delve into the application process, let me give you a clear picture of what to expect in Malta. So the average salary for registered nurse is around 38,000 euros per year, and you only pay 15% income tax. The cost of living is reasonable, crime rate is very low, and you can also relocate with your dependents, your spouse and children. Malta gives you that real Mediterranean vibe, warm weather, relaxed lifestyle, and a healthcare system that's modern and well equipped. So getting around is so easy and cheap. Once you get your Talinja card, you can move around the whole island without paying for buses, and it makes life there so simple and free from stress. Now, there are two ways to become a nurse or midwife in Malta. The first part is to go through the university route, and it's a 3-year nursing program. Once you graduate, you can step straight into the workforce in Malta. The University of Malta is one of the main places that offers this program, and this helps you to settle in their system, learn how the healthcare system works. You adjust to the lifestyle, and by the time you finish, you are already comfortable. And also, your qualification gives you the freedom to work in Malta or move to any EU country because it's recognized across Europe, including the UK. Now, let's dive into option 2. That's the route that most international applicants actually use. So if you're already a registered nurse or midwife who train outside Europe, this is the path that you will follow. So your journey starts with getting your qualification assessed by the MQRIC, which is Malta's qualification recognition body. And after that, you move on to registering with the Maltese Council of Nurses and Midwives. So at some point in the process, you'll be asked to complete a bridging course and attend an interview. And once those are done, you'll be ready to make the move. So to break this part down, let's begin our application process by visiting our Google search and enter MQRIC Malta application. You will click on Malta Further and Higher Education Authority homepage. When the page opens, you will notice many options full of detailed information. So you click on our services. So because we want to first of all access their services, this is where we get our academic records recognized. So you need to highlight your mouse on MQRIC and you click on the academic qualifications. So when the page opens, take a moment to read through it, and this explains how your documents will be checked, assessed, and recognized. So when you scroll down, you will notice the cost of the recognition process. And as you can see, the program already listed on the MQRIC database costs 15 euros. New Maltese program, which is not on the MQRIC database, will cost 30 euros. And the new foreign program that is not on the MQRIC database is also going to cost 65 euros. So there is an option for you to watch a step-by-step video of this application process. But let's continue with apply here to get started. So when the recognition of the application opens, this is where they gather personal information about you. So you first of all register with your title. You provide your official name as stated on your passport. You select your country, provide your email address, and also confirm your email address. So when you are done, you scroll down to the address section, and this is where you provide your postal address, the street name, the name of your city, postcode, and you also select your country. So you need to also provide your current contact details as well. So when you get to the lower section, state why is the statement required. Right now, our goal is to apply to work in Malta's healthcare system, whether as a nurse or a midwife, and then we go ahead and look for a job there. So for that reason, we will click on I want to apply for a promotion or job, and this will take us to our next session. So in the next session, you will be asked to fill in all the details about your education, where you studied, the qualifications you earned, and some personal information that is linked to your academic record. So you need to take your time here. Make sure every information you provide here matches what's on your document. Once you've submitted all of that, you will move on to the payment stage. And there is a fee that is attached to this process. So you need to settle that before they start the assessment. So after the payment is confirmed, they will review everything you've sent, and this can take a little while, but when they are done, they are going to send you your recognition statement, which is a key document you will need for the next steps. So once you get that recognition statement, the next step is to head over to the Malta Council of Nurses and Midwives website, and you begin your actual registration application. Let's head over into our Google search and type in non-EU qualified nurse Malta. When the page opens, you click on registration requirement for a non-EU qualified. So to practice as a nurse or midwife as a non-EU applicant, It states that the non-EU nurse or midwife are to apply for registration under the temporary registration first level nurse category since the council approves registration. This will be granted on a temporary base of 24 months. So information about the requirements registration are found in the link below. So this simply means when your registration is approved, you'll be given a temporary license to practice in Malta for 24 months. And this is going to allow you to start working whilst completing the next steps. So before we delve into the application form and requirements, let's quickly glance through some important notice that comes along with this application. So about the non-EU nursing bridging course, it states that all applicants who submit the application for registration as a nurse are required to attend a non-EU nursing bridging course, which is currently being offered by MCAST, University of Malta, Idea Academy, and this needs to be done to be able to complete the registration process. So that means once you are registered with the nursing council, you will need to travel to Malta to attend to the bridging course from these approved universities or institutions. So let's quickly move on and break down what the bridging program actually involves. So the bridging program is an undergraduate certificate. It takes 6 to 9 months. It's a part-time program, comes with 350 placement hours. The mode of delivery is face-to-face lectures and hands-on practice. Course is fully taught in English. So that is the full structure of the course. Now let's get on to the admission requirements. And as you can see, to be eligible for this program, you need a level 5 or 6 nursing qualification, at least 1 year of nursing experience, and a minimum IELTS score of 6.0 or equivalent. So when it comes to the fees and funding, you are required to pay $5,500 to enroll in this program. So the bridging program is something everyone must do. You know, it's a major required step in this application. And as you go through the process, you will need to finish this program before you can be fully registered to work as a nurse or midwife in Malta. So this is basically how they make sure your training matches what Malta really expects. So let's go through the application form and requirements for non-EU trained applicants. So you click on this link, and as you can see, this is the qualifying criteria for this application process. So with the point 1, you must at least complete a full 3-year nursing program with 1,500 classroom teaching and 2,300 clinical hours. With the point 2, there are certain core nursing subjects you must have covered during your training. Things like anatomy, maternity care, pediatrics, psychiatric nursing, many more subjects. So you need to check your transcript and course description to make sure that all these subjects are included in your training. With point 3, you must submit a police clearance or report within the last 3 months, and this must show a clean record plus 1 character reference. Point 4, you need to also provide a current registration and good standing certificate from your nursing council, and this must be issued within 3 months. Point 5, you must be currently registered and practicing nursing or midwifery in your home country. Point 6, you need to be entitled and authorized to work in Malta. So our next step is point 7. So to work as a nurse or midwife, you need to be able to speak and write well in English, because the council expects you to communicate clearly with patients and staff. And that means you have to develop or be a person who have a strong English skills. On our next point, you are supposed to apply through the Malta Council for Nurses and Midwives online portal. So our next point is point 9. So this gives us the summary of the document that has to be submitted and the portal that we have to upload our documents in to complete this application process. So with A, to start your registration, you need to submit your application online through the official Council for Nurses and Midwives Malta website with this link. And this is the government portal where you upload all your documents, fill in your forms, and begin the whole process. So everything is done digitally. There is no need for you to send your documents by post. Just follow the steps on the website and you complete the application there. On our next step, that is B, you are required to submit an official transcript from your school, and this must be officially signed and stamped, and it should clearly show the hours you spend in your theory and in your clinical practice. So Malta needs to confirm that your training meets the standard that they are looking for. We say you need to also provide a recent police clearance certificate, and this must be issued no less than 3 months before you submit your application, and also show you have a clean record back home. So you need to provide your degree and diploma certificates for your studies. And on our next step, that's F, you need to provide a copy of your passport or the biodata page of your passport. Our next requirement is to provide a CV in an Europass format or standard. Let's quickly head over to the Europass website so that I can walk you through how it works, and I will leave all the links in the description box. So as you can see, this platform is designed for anyone who wants a CV that is recognized across all European countries. On this page, you can take your current CV and you turn it into an Europass format by uploading it here. Or maybe if you prefer to start from the scratch, you can also build a new CV right here as well. So once you are done and everything is ready, just download it without paying a dime and you are good to go. So on our next step, that's H, you need a personal verification certificate from a trusted verification company. This is how Malta confirms that your documents are legit or genuine. With upon I, this country doesn't require a higher score of an English test to work as a health practitioner as compared to many other countries. So you are required to have an overall score of 6 in IELTS, and if you have an OET certificate, you need to score B in speaking and C+ in listening. So on our next step, that's J, if you completed your nursing qualification overseas, let's say you studied and trained at Kane University, you will need to get an MQRIC recognition statement. So this is where you submit your school qualifications and certificates and work history, and the MQRIC will evaluate all your qualification and documents against the Malta qualification framework. So when you are done with the assessment, and if your qualification matches, they will tell you which MQF level your qualification matches. It's usually level 5, 6 or 7. But after the evaluation of your results, if your qualification falls below level 5, that means you won't be accepted by the Malta Nurses and Midwife Council. To be eligible to work as a licensed nurse in Malta, your qualification has to be above level 5 to enable you to work as a qualified nurse in Malta. So this is why you need to get your recognition statement before you start the NMC Malta application. Because if you skip this and you go straight to the registration, the process will slow down because they will still ask for that recognition statement before they can move forward with your application. So you need to take your time, go through all the requirements, and you need to make sure that you meet what they are looking for. So on our next step, that's K. Show an official letter that you've been accepted into one of the approved schools that is offering the non-EU bridging course. And on our last but one step, you must submit a certificate of the bridging program, or it can be submitted later in the process. But you need to complete the course before the council can approve your registration. So you need a primary source verification certificate, and it should be from a trusted company. And this is to confirm that your documents are genuine. So right now, let's get through the methods of payment for this application. And as you can see, the registration fee for the non-EU citizen costs €102.50. Now let's head over to how to register on the Council for Nurses and Midwives online portal. So like it says in point 8, applicants must apply for registration through the CNM official online portal. So once you open the link, you click on apply to register with the Council for Nurses and Midwives Malta. And when the page loads, you will see two options. The first one is for people already living in Malta, and the second option is for applicants from overseas, and that's the one we'll be using. So you choose customer authentication, then you click sign up, and this part is in 2 simple steps: personal details and contact details. So with step 1, you will enter your passport number, select your title, and you provide your full name exactly as it appears on your passport. You also select your gender, you enter your date of birth and nationality, and under the main occupation, you need to choose what applies to you, either a nurse or midwife. So if you hold a second nationality, add that as well. And lastly, you upload your passport photo. So with step 2, you pick your country, you enter your locality, you provide your street name, house or property number, and your postcode. You also need to add your contact details, including your email address. And when you're done, you submit your registration. So once your online application is in, you will need to travel to Malta for a face-to-face interview. And that's where the council checks how well you communicate, conduct yourself, and also carry yourself professionally. So now let's say you finished the whole registration process and you are ready to look for a job. One of the easiest places to start is by searching Malta International Recruitment Agency. So head over to your search bar and open the link. So when the page loads, click on find a job. You scroll down to the nurses section, and as you can see, there are various jobs advertised with clear requirements and benefits. So with this job, some of the offers include 40 working hours per week with overtime pay, 24 to 32 vacation days. You have support with shared accommodation, usually 200 to 350 euros. Airport pickup, I think during your arrival. They'll provide you with uniforms, and in some places they also provide you with daily meals as well. So with all this, it's clear Malta gives a pretty solid package to their healthcare workers. So if you see a role you qualify for, just apply directly by filling in your details and uploading the required documents. And once you're shortlisted, they'll reach out to you. So there are so many recruitment agencies for midwives and nurses and other healthcare practitioners. And you can also look for jobs on LinkedIn, Working Malta, Glassdoor, or even career pages of major hospitals like Gozo General Hospital or Mater Dei Hospital. So that's the full process. You start by getting your qualification evaluated by the MQRIC, get your recognition statement, and then you begin your registration with the Malta Council of Nurses and Midwives. So after that, you enroll in the bridging course and you submit all the required documents. And once your online application is accepted, you will need to travel to Malta for the face-to-face interview. And after the interview and the bridging course, you are good to start applying for nursing jobs in Malta. So we've come a long way with this video. If you found this helpful, make sure you like the video, drop your questions in the comment section, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching. I'm your Brane, and I will see you in the next one. Macra.